Hi, welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time viewing or listening to my spiritual crafted vignettes. My name is Cheryl Bradley, and I'm a spiritual medium. And I was told, because the universe is beautiful when they want you to do something that is lighted, and I know now that my mission is to create these vignettes and discussions. I do this often with my clients, and to let you know that there is so much universal strength and beauty that is behind every one of us. And it's my hope, and it's my lighted hope, that you can just open your heart just ever so little, and move just to a higher level of lightness so you can feel that beautiful light. So my spiritual crafted vignette today is titled, What is Heaven Like? So there's a lot more information than I usually do on my slides, but it was important for me to just kind of outline um, a very small segment of what heaven is like, or what the other side is like, what the other plane is like. We all have our different coinage of words, and again, I always encourage you to look for your truth. What feels right for you? Never accept because it's being told, always accept because your heart accepts it. And I hope that you feel that through every one of my vignettes. Um, I'm not here I am perfectly imperfect, just like you all are. Um, but when I am channeling and when I am doing what the universe has asked me to do, I am extremely full of light. And it is my beautiful hope that you feel that light and you choose to open for your light. Um, and there's still so much light for us all to open up to. So I'm always looking and questioning and asking, because no question asked cannot be answered. And so again, I encourage you in every vignette to open up your heart and just see, what is it that I'm to get from this vignette? What is it that speaks to me? And it could be something so small, but know that you came to listen to this vignette for some truth, something that speaks to you. So, what is heaven like? Well, heaven has a council of elders. There's no government or laws, but we do have a hierarchy. And that council of elders is the wisest of the spirits. And they have lots of responsibilities that they embrace. And remember, when we are on the other side, and I hope that you can open to feel it, or sense it, or move it to the side if it doesn't feel comfortable for you at this time, is we are all of a higher good over on the other side. There is no earthly emotions. There's no sadness and greed and guilt. And um, I'm going to try and stay to my slide because I really want to just move off and just let you know that your loved ones on the other side have nothing but love and guidance for you. What happened on this three-dimensional plane is happened. And we all see, when we all move to the other side, we see things in a beautiful light. We take responsibility for the things that we did not do, maybe to our high expectations spiritually. But what we never do is we never look on to our loved ones and go, boy, oh boy, I hope they get something to learn. If I can just relay that to you today and just say, your loved ones on the other side, and I know I'm digressing a little bit, but I feel I feel channeled to really move this way. Your loved ones are doing nothing but cheering you on the other side. And whatever happened on the three-dimensional side, they now understand that that is the imperfectness of this plane. And so they are doing nothing but just loving and guiding you, and waiting for you to return to them in due time, right? And as we move to our vignettes, we'll have that open conversation as well. Okay, so now I'm going to move back to the slide. There's beautiful purposeful buildings on the other side. There's a Hall of Records, and that's where your Akashic records are housed. That's where our blueprints are housed. And again, a whole hour on that piece. Those are that's the reason why we're here. And so those Akashic records are housed, and I have seen mine. So maybe on another vignette, we can speak to that. What you want, you create and reproduce instantly. So there is all love on the other side. So if you enjoy gardening, you can open a garden. Everything that you think that you want in light and love can be manifested to happen. I love a lake. I love the trees around there, and that is where I move when I move to the other side. And you can move to the other side, even the three-dimensional. We can have that conversation in future vignettes as well. But that is my little piece of heaven. Coinage for three-dimensional, but true on the other side as well. And like I mentioned, you're free of all earthly ego, emotions. Your personality functions at an optimal level. So if you are funny on this plane, I see you on the other side when I'm channeling for clients. I say, oh, this your loved one. They have a very funny sense of humor, and the client will go, oh yes, they did, or very serious. But it's not with ego. It's not with intolerance and in greed, and there's none of that on the other side. So we have our personalities, but it's always at an optimal level. There's a love and acceptance of everybody. You build your life here is exactly how you imagine it. You manifest, as I mentioned. If you love to carpent, if you find yourself in this lifetime going, I don't know why, but I love, there is a very strong possibility, and you find your truth, right? Open up and ask. And there's a very good possibility that if you feel it, that I always say, if you say, that's weird, or that's funny, that is your spiritual bookmark. You're supposed to say, oh, that word. Cheryl Bradley said, every time you say that word, just take a stop and just think about that. So I always say, choose the word interesting, and let your higher self open up to see why that's interesting. Because your higher self and the things that you enjoy and the things that bring you peace, you want to bring back into your three-dimensional life, because that is just exactly what it is. It gives you peace and it gives you um, happiness. And we all need that. We all need more and more of that on this plane. And you also, as I mentioned earlier, you have help, you have guides, you have soul groups. And again, these are vignettes that are up and coming: spirit guides, soul groups, kindred souls. These are up and coming vignettes that I have listed to speak to you about. So I'm just going to leave that as is, or I will be speaking all day again today. So again, and also you decide if you want to incarnate. So you have made all those choices. And like I said in my first vignette, we choose everything. And I truly mean that we choose everything. And so as you move through the vignettes, you will see some of those choices that you did make prior to incarnation. Um, but again, that will be at another vignette. I hope that you can join me. Thank you for sharing your light with me today. And as we continue this journey, I encourage you to follow your light, open your light, because light is always right. Many blessings until we share space again. Have a blessed day.